Money feels stable. It feels inherently reliable. It quietly, almost imperceptibly, loses its inherent value. And most people, caught in the rhythm of daily life, don't even notice it happening, because nothing appears overtly broken. Everything still functions as it always has. The numbers on your bank statement remain the same. Prices just subtly change. From our earliest experiences, money is presented to us as something solid, a concrete measure of wealth and effort. You work hard to earn it. You diligently save it. You carefully keep it. It instills a deep-seated feeling that the more you accumulate, the more secure and stable your future becomes. This assumption feels entirely natural, almost intuitive, because the numerical representation of your money stays precisely the same. $100 is still $100. $1,000 is still $1,000. But here's the crucial distinction. Value is not merely the number itself. What fundamentally changes is what that number is capable of doing. What it truly represents in terms of goods and services. What it's actually worth in real, tangible terms. And this profound shift is incredibly gradual. So, instead of perceiving money itself changing in value, you simply observe prices changing around you. When prices for everyday goods and services inevitably go up, it instinctively feels like those things are becoming more expensive, demanding more of your hard-earned money. But there's another, more accurate way to perceive this phenomenon. The money you possess is actually becoming less valuable, losing its purchasing power. The numerical value on your currency didn't grow weaker or diminish, but its ability to acquire goods and services, its purchasing power, certainly did. And precisely because the number itself remains constant, your brain, seeking stability, treats it as inherently stable, even when, in reality, it is anything but. You place your trust in the fixed number, not in what that number can actually accomplish or acquire. If this perspective is beginning to shift how you see things, make sure to follow Daily Reset Lab and continue watching the rest of this insightful playlist. Each video meticulously breaks down another hidden pattern that shapes how modern systems actually operate, so you can begin seeing them with absolute clarity. Your brain has a natural preference for fixed, unchanging numbers. They provide a sense of certainty. They offer a comforting sense of safety and predictability. So, your focus naturally gravitates towards how much money you nominally have, rather than what that money is truly worth in the marketplace. But economic systems are dynamic. They constantly evolve over time. Supply chains change. Demand fluctuates. Value itself is a fluid concept that continuously shifts. And slowly but surely, the same numerical amount represents less and less real value. On the surface, nothing appears different. Yet, everything around you costs more. As the renowned historian Yuval Noah Harari so eloquently wrote, money is anything that people are willing to use in order to represent systematically the value of other things. This profound statement highlights that money possesses no inherent value on its own. It serves purely as a representation of value. And crucially, that representation is not static. It can and does change. You observe this subtle erosion of value in countless small, everyday moments. The same familiar meal at your favorite restaurant now costs noticeably more. Maintaining the same comfortable lifestyle feels increasingly challenging. Overall progress feels less noticeable, less impactful. This isn't because you're doing less or working less diligently, and precisely because this change is so gradual and incremental. Over an extended period, this creates a deep sense of confusion and frustration. You earn a higher income, but paradoxically, you don't feel any more secure or financially stable. You work harder and longer hours, but the financial gap doesn't seem to close in the same way it once did. This isn't because effort no longer matters or is unrewarded, but because the underlying value of money is not a fixed constant. You don't need to possess the ability to predict every economic fluctuation. You just need to start consciously noticing the difference between nominal value and real value. Instead, ask the more insightful question: what can this money actually do for me now? That fundamental shift in perspective will completely transform how you perceive and interact with money. Money feels stable. It feels that way because the numerical value itself doesn't visibly move or change. But value, true value, is not merely the number. It is what that number genuinely represents in the real world. And when you begin to consciously notice that critical difference, you stop making the dangerous assumption of inherent stability, and you start paying keen attention to the constant underlying change. Watch the next video in this playlist for more insights. And subscribe to Daily Reset Lab for more profound breakdowns like this, so you can start seeing clearly the intricate systems you interact with every single day.